Welcome to Brand Restrat, where I hit the Restrat button on branding. And also, welcome to another episode of New Rules of Branding based on my book, Building Brands in a Suddenly Changed World. This is episode number 5, and this one talks about how the idea of loyalty has undergone a shift. So what I do and what I have done in this book is that it's basically a collection of observations of how the times have changed, people have changed, businesses have changed, consumers have changed, sellers have changed, marketers have changed. You get the gist. So this is not something that I am saying it for the first time. It was something that I've always pondered about, but a book that was recommended to me by Prem Narayan of Ogilvy. I'm forever grateful to him for recommending this book. It's called How Not to Plan. It's right here on my. There you go, it's right here. This is the book, and I recommend it to anybody who is interested in orienting themselves to new age branding. In this, there's one chapter which talks about. I'm back. Okay, so it's on page number 12 of this book. It goes, How Not to Think About Loyalty. So now I'm not talking about my book, I'm talking about this book called How Not to Plan. So in that it says most of your brand's users use other brands most of the time. There's not much you can do to change this. And this is not just true about today, it's true about always, but today particularly so because there are so many brands, so many options that the consumer has that it's all the more relevant. So this book has this quote, which I think I've used in my book as well. It's by Little Axe. The quote goes, "If you want loyalty, buy a dog." What we have to accept is that it is a world of open relationships. We are moved from brand loyalty to brand open relationships, a sort of polyamory with brands, if you please, and also constant experimentation beyond the polyamory. Um, what do we do in this scenario as brand builders? We have to aim to be the favorite, the one that at the end of the day, at the end of all the flings and all the experimentation and all the thrills and ups and downs, the one brand that you can just return to and know that you're safe. That's got to be our ambition with our brand building in today's day and age. Back to my book. So, reading out from my chapter, which is titled Brand Loyalty to Brand Open Relationships. The biggest favor we can do ourselves in a brand open relationship world would be to be one of the top favorites. Even being just one of the top favorites is quite an accomplishment in this day and age. And it's not easy because it's that simple. In a snap, your reputation could just go all the way down. So, from favorite to you may still be bought into, when in situations of a lack of option, like between Swiggy, Zomato, Blinkit, you may decide to boycott one of them after hearing news about exploitative work culture or exploiting delivery agents, but you might still end up buying into it when you have no option. But still, there are favorite brands and not so favorite brands. And as a brand building exercise and for long term brand strength, you need to work on trying to be a top favorite. We need to be stress relieving, not stress exploiting. Let me explain what I mean by that. In my career of in advertising in the last 20 years, what I've always found is that we use, especially as a strategy planner, the person who was involved in consumer research, qualitative consumer research, analysis, understanding why people buy, understanding the purchase journey, and then identifying how to leverage those psychology insights. We have a consumer insight, as they called it, and then we figured out how to work that insight in our favor to be able to sell whatever it is that we want to sell. Today things have changed because our audience is not just a sitting duck. They are engaged with us. They are as much a part of the brand story, as much a part of the business story and our communication story, as earlier only us on this side were. And because they can see through all of it, it is no longer a good idea to blindly just see them as sitting ducks. On the contrary, we need to see our customers as our partners, as parts of, co-creators of our brand, of our story, of our communication even. And so what is necessary is that we still work on that, on the psychology of why people buy, what are their pain points, but be the brand that provides relief. If our audience is left at the end of the day feeling that they have been manipulated, that makes you go down, right? And in the long term, for a brand to be strong, you need to maintain that love. And again, I will come back to this, and it seems like this is a running theme of my entire narrative through all the themes, is that we need to constantly demonstrate our good intent instead of placing building brand loyalty as one of the goals. A more realistic and fairly measurable goal would be to build stronger brand vibes with the audience. And that means vibing better with the audience. This will make us use our creative juices to identify how we can cultivate our words and actions as a company via our brand advertising and content to heighten the chances of our target group to want to spend time with us, feel comfortable with us, engage more with us, and thereby buy us more than they do other brands. They still buy other brands, but they will end up buying us more and definitely advocating us more. So that's the point of this chapter. I would love to know whether you're agreeing with what I'm saying or not. Please feel free to open my mind with alternate points of views. If you have them, you can leave your thoughts in the comments. It will help a lot and it will help me expand my mind. If you like this video, then please subscribe to it, the channel, and share it with people you think may need it. The next episode, which will come out next week, will be on how Gen Z and millennials are at loggerheads. Touchy topic. Wait for next episode. Cheers.